Do you hear the owl hooting?
There's an owl?
Yeah, dude, there's an owl in my neighborhood that, like, in the middle of the day, I'll hear the. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Have you seen
ooh,
him?
ooh.
Have you seen this
No.
owl?
I've not seen it ever.
How do you know it's an owl?
I know what an owl sounds like.
Yeah, but it could be somebody who just sounds like an owl. Like, what if there's somebody like trapped in your apartment building and that's the only sound that they could possibly make to alert everybody else that they're trapped?
That's a very interesting person. Then I'd want to know more about their backstory.
They could be
I'd
in
want to
danger.
know. I don't think that's the.
Help! Help!
I don't know where they would even be.
Silly owl. But there's a guy under you with his legs cut off and he's bleeding to death. Hello?
Did you hear about that dude that set himself on fire in Colorado?
Was this recent? No.
The scientist monk on Earth Day?
Oh, wow. Well, this would be a good time to remind you that I am off news right now. I'm not even...
Oh, yeah, how's that going?
Well, I don't know about the self-immolation, so pretty good.
Hey, nice vocab too. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think his name was Bruce Wynn. Let us not forget Bruce Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
50 or 60 years old? Maybe he was 60. A environmental scientist / monk subclass who set himself on fire outside some Colorado government building as a to bring awareness, Aaron, to the impending climate doom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sorry to burst your news-free bubble, but this is a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any hot takes on it. Nothing hotter than setting yourself on fire, at least.
Ay. Well, you know what? I was totally not expecting you to deliver that story. I don't really even know what to say to it other than, I'm sorry for the guy who, I'm sorry that he lost his life and.
Don't be sorry, Aaron. He did it. He chose to do it. He chose. Monks have a history of burning themselves to bring awareness to things.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a thing. Yeah.
Okay, but do I say I'm happy he did it?
Monks be monkeying around. What? Yes. I think you should.
Okay. I'm pretty darn stoked about him doing that. I would say I was pretty, when you told me, I'm like so excited.
Is there any cause you would burn yourself over?
Like full on?
Because it makes you think. Either this person we can look at what that guy did and think, man, what a loon, what a crazy person. Or we're the crazy ones for not having anything we believe in so strongly that we're willing to set ourselves on fire for. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. You're either on one end of the spectrum or you're not. Most people are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Dude, if they changed Call of Duty maps...
Yeah, I was going to say something like that.
Dude, when Microsoft bought Activision, I was ready to set myself on fire.
If Apple brings back the touch keypad on their MacBook Pros, I might.
What's the dumbest thing you could set yourself on fire for?
My wife leaving the seat down when I have to pee.
I set myself on fire in the front lawn to bring awareness to my wife.
Dude, bring awareness to. She pulled that on me. Remember the South Park episode, the TSA, the Toilet Safety Administration or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think so.
She said, for whatever reason, she's like, you've never done it before, but in this house, this new house in our bathroom, you always leave the seat up. And I'm like, shouldn't it just be when I'm done, I leave the seat up, and when you go, you put the seat down and you leave it down. Like, isn't it equal if both of us have to touch the toilet seat after we're done?
So, no, I think, well, what would be fair is if you put it down when you're done and she puts it up when she's done.
Perfect. Each bathroom trip results in one touch of the toilet seat. Equity.
We could toilet seat down is a 0, toilet seat up is a 1, and we can code this and we can turn this into a code. We can we can have a robot do it for us.
Yeah, I'll like invent a little mechanism that springs it up and down. Anyways,
dude, set yourself on fire over it.
So what'd you do this weekend?
I actually had. Aaron, it's funny you ask. It's funny you ask.
Why is it
it's
funny?
almost as if we planned this question.
This is the segue into the topic.
Well, I took a hike up Griffith Observatory. I'm trying to get.
Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah, I've been trying to self-improve a little bit.
And we're not swearing. Well, we swore in the last one, but Taylor is full sailor potty mouth, and he brought out the worst in us. If I could just say, dude, he brought out the devil in me.
Taylor's kind of a bad influence, and if you're listening, Taylor, I mean that 100%. You're a bad influence friend. You're type of person that my parents warned me about.
Mm-hmm. Saying all the no words.
Saying stay away from people like that.
All right, so
I'm just kidding, Taylor.
So you're working on Gigavin, and you take a hike.
Yeah.
Griffith?
Yeah, it's a short little scoot ride away. Park my scoot.
Did you observe any stars?
Hike on up. Oh, I went during the day.
Amateur move.
Oh, you mean? Oh, I thought maybe you meant celebrities.
Oh no, nobody cares about them. But if you go at night and you slip the guy $20, he'll open up the big telescope for you.
Really?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
He'll say, "Do you want to see Uranus?"
Vinny, careful.
That's not a swear.
Okay.
The YouTube algorithm doesn't know what a double entendre is. So I go to the top of Griffith, and I had music playing by Yoko Kanno, who is a Japanese composer, or I don't know what, film scorer. I believe they have some tracks on like I forget what turned me on to him. I think I saw a clip of something from like Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, who does this track? Because I wanted to hear the track, and it was Yoko Kanno, and they've done a bunch of things. And so I get to the top of Griffith, and meanwhile I have their music playing, and it's kind of like, so I get to the top of Griffith, and then there's just, it's kind of this picturesque, like all these people and like children running around, and I have music playing that's like akin to like in a RPG, like when you get to a little town in an RPG and it's just like nice, like melodic string music playing, like but not like that, but like you get what I'm saying.
That wasn't good, but I understand what you didn't actually need to do that.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm in a video game. Like I feel like I could just I could like shuffle over to someone and like press triangle and speak to
stranger?
them.
Where are
that
you
would
from?
be it'd be like that. Pick up a quest or something. Well, I did interact with some form of NPC. There was a man like out of a video game. There was a man in a Cookie Monster costume, a very cheap Cookie Monster costume, and he was yelling. He was saying things loudly at the tourists standing nearby, and I kind of went and walked over near where he was, and he was upset with the tour guide company because apparently they were harassing him, and he was yelling at other people around to not use that tour guide company. And then he started talking about how Honda, like the car dealership, is killing children. So I'm just like kind of observing this, whatever is going on, and then he kind of like shuffles over to me, and and he ends up like his googly Cookie Monster eyes lock onto me, and I'm staring at it, And I'm like, what's going on, man? And he's like, yeah, the tour guide company, they harass me. I'm like, what do you mean? Like they're harassing you personally? He's like, yeah, they don't like Disney doesn't like that I'm not supposed to be doing characters like this. And in the moment, I didn't even think to question whether or not Disney owned Sesame Street, but I was trying to I also couldn't tell if like maybe this is a comedian doing a bit, like maybe there's a candid camera somewhere, you know. So I further the conversation. I'm like, so like what are they actually doing though? Like all these, because there was like 20 looked like students there who had kind of shuffled away from him. But I was like, all those people were here to mess with you. And he's like, yeah. And then I was like, well, what's your business? Like, what do you people take pictures with you? He's like, yeah, you could people take pictures with me. I said, I'll take a picture with you. How much? Whatever you want. And I said, $5. And I'll give, do you do Venmo? And he goes, I cash only. Because of course they're, Venmo, his business, he's being tracked or something. There's like Disney has hired some Israeli company to track him, and people can ask for refunds with Venmo, or I don't know, man. It was just either a delusion or it's a very sinister plot that is real. And then I was like, well, hey man, good luck.
So long story short, you went to Griffith, saw somebody with mental illness in a Cookie Monster outfit, and tried to take a picture with him. Didn't work out. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's not all that happened this weekend.
Hit me with.
That's not it.
Is the second story? Is this your best story? Hit me with like, what's the most interesting thing that happened?
Well, this isn't interesting. It was just cool. I'll try to give you the short version. Okay. I was up in Studio City. Mary and I were up there, and I had a table at this cafe, and I was sitting at the end of a long table. It's like could have fit like a party of like 10 people, and I'm sitting at the very end of it by myself. I'm waiting for Mary. She was doing something in the area, and this guy walks by, and I overhear him talking with like his son, and he's some blah, blah, blah. We got like 10 people coming. And I notice, you got 10 people. I'm sitting here by myself at this big table. I say, sir, excuse me. Then I overhear you say you have a party of 10 people. He says, yeah. I go, well, I'm here by myself. Let me move. I don't need this big long table for myself. You should take it. And he was so floored by my generosity that he said, hey, you know what? I think we can all sit here. You can sit here and join us if you want. Anything you want, it's on me. I was like, whoa, really? He said, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So by the time Mary gets back, we ended up moving because there was a sunnier spot. She wanted to go sit in a sunnier spot. So I said to the guy, I said, hey, we're actually going to move. He goes, my offer still stands. And I'm like, well, yeah, we might just split a sandwich or something. And he's like, yeah, and he kind of like shooed off my disclaimer. He didn't want to be insulted, Aaron. This man said, whatever you want, I got it. So I don't.
That's that. You could buy the restaurant.
Well, I don't know. I don't
bond.
know. Because he sees me, I have a little cup of coffee. So maybe he's thinking like the kid's going to get another drink or something. But I'm like, no, sir, I'm going to get a sandwich at least. And so we got our meal paid for just because I was conscientious of Nelson's needs. His name is Nelson.
Vin, let me tell you something. This guy, just from you speaking this story to me, it already clicks. It already registers in my head. This guy was a pure LA bred workhorse.
Was he grooming me? Wait, was I being groomed?
No, I'm saying even just saying I'm probably going to get a sandwich to try and like ease him into the maybe possibly $10 he's going to have to spend. It wasn't even worth the brain cells time. It wasn't even worth the time for him to compute it in his brain. He's like, that's nothing to me. Get out of here, chump.
Yeah. The time I spent wasting would cost more than the sandwich probably did.
Saying, get out of here. He shooed you like a gnat. Like a dog. And he threw
a fork
probably
at me.
told him, yeah. Wow.
He said, get out. He threw a fork and it stuck right in my arm. I said, ow. He said, well, don't fork around with me.
That's cool. Well, that's nice. That's a nice, and knowing you as I do as a longtime friend, I knew as soon as you told me that he offered that you were going to take him up on it.
I didn't want to insult the guy.
Right, of course.
That would be
was it.
insulting.
Yeah, you didn't want to insult him. Yeah, for sure.
When I went to the cashier, though, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this, and that. By the way, Nelson, because Nelson said he's there all the time. Nelson in the back with the party attendant, he said it's on his tab, by the way. And the guy kind of looked at me, kind of cocked his head. He was like, and he stepped away. And then I heard him like talking to somebody else, and he came back and he's like, "You're sure that guy said that?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, you're good then."
You're sure that guy said that? I know that guy, buddy. That guy? You're sure? Well, I'm glad you got a free Sammy.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Getting by on the kindness of strangers, Aaron.
You're getting there, dude. One sandwich at a time. I wonder how many times you can make that happen. Keep sitting at that big table, then.
Yeah, waiting. There was another time we've been at this cafe a few times, and there was another time we were there, and this woman was there with a dog, and I overheard that the dog's name was Vinny, and the dog is also a Sagittarius, because I overheard this woman speaking about it. And I want to be like, I'm Vinny and I'm a Sagittarius, but I didn't do it.
People really follow the signs for their animals, too?
Some people do, yeah.
This is too much. This is too much for me.
What'd you do this weekend? Or this past week? Tell me something cool that's happened in your I know your routine, boring life, Aaron. What stands out?
What are you trying to say?
I was trying to say your life is dull and boring.
Compared to yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I hiked Griffith and saw a weird Cookie Monster. And then I played Elden Ring.
I live in Los Angeles, baby. I walk out the door and it's adventure. You walk out the door and it's not.
How much is your rent?
Let's not. That doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to this conversation.
How much homeless feces do you have to dodge?
A lot, and that's what makes it exciting. I play a fun game. I say, is it dog or human?
How much pollution are you breathing in?
Again, all part of the fun and excitement.
It's all part of the plan. This weekend, us Ohioans observed some freakishly nice weather.
That's so very interesting.
Saturday was like mid-70s and Sunday was like 80.
Oh my God.
So,
dude, that's so cool.
Suffice it to say, things got crazy.
What do you even do when that happens?
We went to the park.
And you spray painted inside the tunnel. The crawl tunnel.
No. I would never. No, we had a picnic.
You jumped off the swing and you sprained your ankle in the wood chips and you went, ow.
I watched all the other little kids have fun and play tag. We
you joined in.
It was good.
That's cool.
Yeah. I joined in and they were like, "Sir, you're too old."
I gotcha.
But I played really aggressive, and my tags were more like punches. And
we're playing punch tag.
You're it. And by the end of the game, I had the whole playground knocked out, and it was just a sea of children unconscious. And I stood on the top of the slide as all the parents yelled up at me, and I said, "I win! Your children are weak!"
Sounds like a good freaking time.
Yeah, it was dope. What did I do? What was I? I had surgery.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
No.
You got, because you have, because you had that,
Yeah.
you had the alien probe in your butt. No, you had, do you want to talk about it?
Of course. Well, I went in for a dermatologist appointment for just like a regular...
you were going to get the Botox in, remember?
Yeah, that was it.
You were going to get your Botox in,
the
so
Botox.
You stay young.
I went in for a regular checkup because I haven't been in a while, and I was showing her parts. Like, I have like a couple bumps on my one arm that they're not like pimples and they haven't gone away. And I was just like, oh, that's weird, you know? So I went in to show her that and a couple other things. And she's like looking over it all like, oh, that's fine. Oh, those will go away, yada, yada. And then she's like, what's that? And she points to this thing on my shoulder. And I was like, I don't even know. Like, I didn't even know it was there. Clearly, I wasn't concerned about it. She's like, it looks a little more pink than I would like. And I was like, okay. Still not really understanding, like, what is it? And then she took out a little glass, like a little magnifying thing, and she looked at it closely.
And she was like,
she said, it's an alien. She said, I think what we should do is we should biopsy this.
that'd be funny if it was like, you know, in Mad Max, the dude who has that tumor on his body, and like he draws it. If you had that, and she's like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Oh, what that?"
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never seen that before.
This large bulbous, I'm gonna say pus-filled sac on your neck. So you notice, sir, you notice how you can't have your head upright because the lump keeps your neck crooked the other way.
I've never thought of it until you just said it right now.
We're gonna have to lance that.
I'll have to ask him if it's okay.
So then, what were obviously the results were?
Well, so then
It's a
have
boy.
you ever had any biopsy done?
No.
So they like take like a scalpel and they like shave it off.
Right.
They have to like Novocaine you up, and they send it in, and then I got a call from another nurse lady, and she was like, "So your results came in. This is skin cancer. Is it your first cancer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And
Ooh, exciting! Like, it's my first cancer.
Yeah. She's like, "It's basal cell carcinoma," and I'm like, "I don't know what that means." And then she explained it to me, and then I still didn't really understand it. And I said, "Is this common?" I said, like, "Should I be worried?" And she's like, well, of all the cancers, if you want to have any of them, which you don't, this is the one you want. And I was like, yay, I won. And then she laughed, and then we planned my next visit where I went in and they extract, not extract. What the word did they use?
Exhume, extricate, exacto knife.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, so I went in, and then they
86 it. Or then we got an 86.
They 86 did it. They gave a film term when they just like cut way deeper around it, and then they stitch it up because they want to make sure that they get all the cancers. So they like go deep all around. It's like a football shape they cut around it, and then they sew me up. And she pumped me full of Novocaine because I was feeling it. And it's so weird, man, when you're all numb and they're like yanking on the stitches and you can just feel your skin like tugging, and it's not hurting. It's just such a weird sensation.
Were you watching them like cut into you?
No, I'm not that.
Could you have?
No.
Like,
and it was right. I could. Well, no, I probably could have. Like, I would have had a angle on it, but I knew I didn't want to. So I was like, I'm going to look the other way. And she's like, whatever you need to do. Yeah. And then I got it sewn up. And then what had happened was my stitches, one of them broke. Like when I was like a couple days out from having to go get them removed. She was going to put dissolvable ones in, but because of the location, she's like, I don't want to do that. I'm worried that it'll open. They're not as strong. So I said, okay. So then a couple days out, one of them broke and is just like hanging open. And I'm like, this thing looks healed. So they just like yanked one of the stitches out. And I was like, you know what? I really don't feel like going back. So then I just like removed the rest of the stitches myself. And I called and I was like, I just did it. And I sent a picture and she's like, yeah, it looks like it's healing okay. You don't have to come in. I was like, thank you.
Nice. And
my message to everyone is wear your sunscreen, folks.
Do you have a new lease on life, Aaron? Do you feel that this near-death experience has got you just...
It's not a joke, Vin.
Do you feel that because
not everything is comedy, ha-ha.
Because you came inches from death, that now you just... The world is glowing before your very eyes.
I'll say that it's always going to be on my mind now, being outside. Now I'm like, okay, great. I have to wear some sunscreen. I'm actually looking into like getting a big sun hat, like probably one of the goofy ones.
Do it.
I'm gonna be that guy mowing his lawn, like with a big straw hat on or something. But I was surprised to hear it when she was like, it's cancer, but then of course I did extensive Googling and I was like, how serious is this? And
I mean, that's a scary. I mean, if I can be serious for half a second, I mean, that is scary to hear.
can you?
I'll try. That is scary to hear, I'm sure, those words. Even if it is like, it seems whatever, like it's this little thing. I don't know. That's probably kind of freaky to hear.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, nobody wants to hear the word cancer, but then I started talking to people and it was like crazy to me how many people have had stuff removed. Like it's fairly common, at least amongst my circle, like friends and family.
Yeah.
Whether it's like moles that are like troublesome or like melanoma or whatever, So definitely is out there. Gotta protect that skin.
When's the last time you had your prostate checked?
I self-check every night.
I should start doing that. Because we're not at that age. It's like 40. You should get your prostate checked. My dad has issues with his, and I think Poppy had issues with his, and that just bums me out because I know I'm gonna have issues with mine too. Probably.
When you say issues, like, does prostate cancer run in your family?
Not cancer, just like I think it's just like inflamed. It's like that thing, like that, like classic joke where it's like the guy can't pee or whatever. Or he has to pee all the time. So that's not cool. I heard pomegranates, sticking a whole pomegranate up your keister is good for the
good prostate. For the prostate.
Yeah, you stick a whole pomegranate up there. Nah, but for real, the seeds, I don't know. I heard pomegranate seeds are like the juice. Dude, our prostates are precious.
Precious prostate.
Is there a prostate awareness day?
I'm sure. There's a day for everything.
Check your friend's prostate day. There should be. We need to destigmatize men checking their friends' prostates.
We did a prostate exam sketch.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like the guy was trying to rob? What happened?
Yeah, he didn't have health insurance, but he needed a prostate exam, so he goes and robs. I'm the doctor, and Cooper holds a gun to me while I check his prostate.
Wait, it wasn't Nick Vict?
Well, Nick Vict is the other patient in there that I'm seeing while Cooper busts in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then he goes in the corner with his butt hanging out.
I went to a vampire club.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I went and it was 8:30. It was slow. And I stuck around, and then it was midnight, and all the vampires showed up, and they were like, all of them were propositioning to drink my blood. I was like the belle of the ball. They saw me and they said, look at that sweet child over there.
Did you do anything else cool since we
told you? I went to a vampire bar, Aaron.
Yeah, but that's made up. So far, the only cool thing you have told me, and it's not even that cool, is about the Cookie Monster. And that's pretty freaking lame. I'm having cancerous cells cut out of my body over here, and you're like, you don't lead an exciting life. My stories could run circles around your stories.
Dude, okay, how about this? Try this one on for size then. Check this out. Sorry, I hit the mic. Listen to this.
Yeah.
You ready?
Huh, yeah, you don't have anything, but you're trying to think of one right now.
No, I have it. I'm giving you a moment to. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting?
Yeah.
Because you're going to want to stand up for this one.
Okay, I'm standing.
Okay, so this is what happened, right? It was last week. I'm outside. I got my tennis shoes on. And I'm butt naked.
God, come on.
Yeah, and I don't have anything.
Oh boy.
I did see today I did see a guy with a body harness outside the Scientology Center.
Body harness. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
like kind of like one of those like gay like body harnesses
Oh, like a
that like
dominatrix?
well, not even like well, yeah, just like a you know like a leather harness that is kind of for no other purpose than to like signal like BDSM. Yes, thank you, Mary. And I just thought it was very brave. I thought it was I don't know, it's just funny to see like oh yeah, he's just wearing his body harness like that's fine. It didn't even strike me as like odd, but it still was like I saw it and it's like oh, I haven't seen that out in public.
But LA, I mean, LA in particular, there could be a million reasons. Somebody could be shooting something. He could be doing a prank video. It could be a costume for the theater piece. Who knows?
Oh, there was you know about Erewhon, right? That a really dumb expensive store.
Yeah, but we should talk about it.
Did you hear about that thing where this was a while ago? Someone came to the store. It was like some girl and her like puppy man. Like the guy had on like the leather, like one of those leather puppy masks on.
You said that so casually, like I'm picturing a lot of different things. But you say she came with a puppy man?
Yeah, it was a guy.
What is that?
Not like a creature. Like a
No, I know, but is the guy just being walked? Is that what you mean?
yeah, yes, and not like a furry. I mean, maybe they do furry stuff, but like
Like
it was a guy on all fours.
He
was on all fours on a leash, and there's like these like kind of like leather like BDSM style like dog shaped masks.
Yes, I think I've seen those.
And this girl was walking him through Erewhon, and some people were, hey, Aaron, some people were upset about it, and some people weren't upset about it.
You don't say. Sounds quite like the world we live in right now.
Some people didn't like it, and some people didn't mind it. And some people, like me, I don't know.
Did you like it?
Would
you see it and say, you know what? We need more of this.
I would see that, and I go, okay. And and then I would buy the $10 blueberries at Erewhon, and then I would leave.
Only 10?
Yeah, right. More like a 20.
Erewhon, for anybody listening, is like a even more expensive and snooty Whole Foods.
Erewhon's the place to be seen, dude. So everyone there is like, oh, you're probably an influencer. You have a job.
Yeah,
you have a job. Or like a model. They're just it's all like young, pretty people there at the Erewhon.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm there.
Yeah. Still don't know why you go.
You gotta be seen amongst the elite, dude. If you want to be the elite, you gotta rub shoulders.
Some kind of strange juxtaposition of you hankering to get a free sandwich from a guy at a cafe and then going to shop at Erewhon, but we won't dig into that.
I'm not hankering to get a free sandwich. I was simply trying to help out somebody.
That's
Nelson.
true, you were.
And Nelson said, hey, anytime you're around, we're here, you come over, you say hello. You can come stop by and see us. I said,
like a mobster?
Well, no, I'm giving him the voice because that was kind of his energy, but
a little Godfather.
He's just he's a swinging D, he just kind of throws this big D around and he's like, I'm a regular here. I got you. You're covered. Don't worry. Nelson's got it all figured out.
That was all part of his plan, man. He knew that he wasn't going to get a table for 10 at that cafe anytime soon, and he purposefully said that loud enough to his son so you could perk up. Because you know what he said that you couldn't hear? Hey, look at this jackhole sitting at this table all by himself. That could seat us all. And he said,
oh my God, you could.
And then louder he said, we got 10. Where are we going to sit, Joey?
Oh my God.
Sir, I'm sitting all by myself.
But then why offer me the free sandwich? And
probably because he pitied you and he didn't think that you were going to take it.
No, it's because he was grooming me. Because he saw a young little sweet thing sitting there and he wanted to make me part of his stable.
Why do you insist on considering yourself young and sweet? You are a 33-year-old man.
I had people tell me...
You are far from your young years, my boy.
I had people tell me I look like I'm 27. So what?
I don't know what point it'll reach creepy, but you're gonna hit an age, and people are gonna listen to this and be like, how does he think of himself? You're gonna be like 50. You can be like, I'm sweet, I'm young. He just wanted me.
I hope I'm. Did you see that video of that monk? Or not that? No, sorry, not the monk. Well, maybe actually it was a monk. There was another video, not the self-immolation monk. There was this other video of this like super old monk, and he's like patting a little girl on the head. Well, she's actually like moving his bony arm, but it looked like this little girl was playing with a corpse. I'm like, oh, they're they're letting her like play with the dead body. But then the man's mouth moved, and it's this guy who was alive, but he was old. He was so old he looked like he was dead, but he was alive. And what was I going with this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna be that old and still going, I'm young and sweet. I'm a young little sweet thing.
Yeah. What do you think we're gonna be like when we're, old? Do you think that past you, do you think like 18-year-old you would get along with your present self?
I mean, get along how? Like
do you think that do you think your younger self would think that you're cool right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
You think?
I think younger me would think that older me like would have quote unquote like made it by now. I think younger me would have been like, "Well, I thought we were doing this whole YouTube thing. Like, I thought we were really gonna be like rich and famous. Like, what are you doing? Well, you have an average of 6 watchers on your Twitch. That's what you're psyched about. That's growth to you. Oh, cool. Oh, you got a free sandwich, and that's the highlight of your weekend. Oh, all right, that's fine. And I think older me would tell younger me to like calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, shut up for 2 seconds.
Yeah. You know what else I did?
Can I guess?
Yes.
Were you putting up big head decals on the outside of your house, facing your neighbor's house, and it's a big head decal of like Jason or Freddy to try to scare your neighbors?
Good idea, but no.
Were you building a birdhouse, a big birdhouse for like Big Bird to show up?
Nope.
In from Sesame Street?
Nope.
Were you practicing your monologue for the play coming up for the community theater?
You're off base.
I feel like I'm doing like a Tim Robinson. Was it were you like sewing a hot air balloon to fly up above the neighborhood, and then you're going to drop gold coins onto everyone when a rainbow appeared, so you can say, I am the leprechaun of Twinsburg?
That's pretty good, Tim Robinson.
Were you going to do a barbecue but do smoke signals to attract all the other men in the neighborhood that you were doing a barbecue, and then they'd show up with their meats?
Yeah, that's good.
I give up.
Spring cleaning. I was spring cleaning.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, dude, you know what? I started watching the new Batman.
What'd you think?
I didn't even finish it. I have an hour left, and I don't even care to finish it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I will. I will finish it but I don't feel like I'm not drawn to it. Like, I just don't really like it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't need you to say that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I just like it, it's a popular movie, and I feel like you were coming at it like it was a surprising. You were surprised. You were like, whoa, you were shocked that you didn't like it, and I was just trying to comfort you to be like, baby, it's okay.
I am shocked I didn't like it because I love Batman. I love Batman. I love the Batman roller coaster at Six Flags.
You do love that coaster.
I love I love the Batman color scheme.
And you're telling me it didn't live up to the color scheme or the coaster?
And Aaron, I was trying to explain to chat on stream the other day
Yes.
why I didn't like this film. And I'd have to watch it again, which I won't do, to really explain it. But there's like, you've seen it. Okay, you have seen it?
No, but it's fine. I want to
Do
hear
you
what
care
you
if
have
I
to say
spoil
about
it? It's
How
not really- I
much? How big of a spoiler is it going to be?
Nah, these aren't going to be spoilers.
Okay, go for it.
I don't like the Riddler.
Okay.
I mean, it's like they've reimagined this movie so many times, and each time they try to make it more grounded and more dark. And now it's like the Riddler is like Jigsaw. It's like he's doing like weird torture stuff, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm a psycho." Whoa, whoa. And it's like okay, that was Joker. Like, I don't like this Riddler. Like, get it closer to Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yeah,
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And and there's dialogue and scenes. It's like boilerplate drama scene dialogue where it's like, "Oh my God, look over here. You're not gonna believe this. Oh wow, you love that. That's for me." I cannot explain it. For some reason, I can't put it into words, but it's the best way I can describe it is like the dialogue is like boilerplate drama trope dialogue.
Jake saw it, and we talked briefly, and he said he's like, these superhero movies are starting to take themselves too seriously.
I mean, that's a great way to put it. It had no sense of irony about itself, which I don't know why it would, but
Well,
but
it
yeah,
is,
they've
Batman, but yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
I mean,
weird.
Like,
To me, it's like, that's what I think I'm agreeing with you in that I get it, because you're saying like there's no wink to the camera. Like, when you take a story like that, like when you take a character like that and you're trying to push like, this is serious. This is a serious thing. But when you strip it all away, it's a dude in a costume who's just like jumping off of buildings, being a vigilante and throwing his little, like, it just feels silly.
I will say though, there was a moment in the very beginning of the film that it did kind of stoke that feeling in me, where it's like, because I've always felt like when the cops don't like Batman, it's like, but he's Batman. Wouldn't you like love having him there? Like, oh, it's Batman. But the sentiment is always like, he's a vigilante. The cops don't like him. And this was the first film that, as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I kind of see something about this is conveying to me that like the cops don't like, this guy is a freak. It's like this guy is a weirdo showing up in an outfit for some reason that it read that way for the first time ever.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I did think was cool. But then immediately it just became like I said, it was just like boilerplate drama, like trope dialogue. That just, I just didn't care. And like, I guess I won't spoil anything, but like the villains, like when you kind of, like when the villain behind the villain is like unveiled and you kind of see the larger picture, it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about this. The stakes don't, like, I don't care.
Well, this is where I was with it. I've never been, like, I'm not super into superhero movies. I'm not, like, I'll watch some. I'm not invested in comic book lore. I clearly have skipped movies in the Marvel universe. Like, it's like hit or miss depending on what came out, what was big, what I cared to see. Batman, I really like Dark Knight, like,
Same.
and when they decided to do a reboot with when they decided to do Ben Affleck Batfleck, I was like,
it's the first time
okay.
I heard that. I haven't heard that yet.
I was like, I'm not interested. And so I didn't see it, which is fine. But then when they rebooted again, I'm like, already? Like, we just had a reboot. Like, they're literally releasing recuts of Justice League with Batman, and then they're already coming out with this Batman. And I'm like, can't we just stick to one? And so that's how I felt about it. I was really just like, I mainly felt like, oh, I'm tired of all these reboots. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, this is awesome. I have to watch this.
I
like,
felt the same way.
I love the mood. I love the grittiness. I love the la 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 la. So I guess all I'm saying is like I'll still watch it, but totally hear your sentiment.
Hear your prayers. Lord, hear our prayers.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. And like I probably, I actually, now that we're talking about it, I am excited to finish it tonight. But
You just said you didn't even want to.
no, because I know that I can make time tonight. It's like
Yeah.
only because I know like it's not something I would prioritize, is what I'm saying.
Right. I gotcha.
Like I would prioritize like wanting to see another show, but this, I can do it tonight, so I will, and just kind of, I don't know. But yeah, so that's my movie review of the week.
I like it. I like having these little mini reviews. I'm going to count on you to do more of them because I don't see as much.
Dude, I'll do more. Oh, dude, I saw
next-
Delicatessen again recently.
Yeah. I actually gave that partially a rewatch not too long ago as well. What do you think?
Oh, I liked it a lot again. It's weird,
man.
It's like
such a weird.
the people in front of me there were people in front of me falling asleep during it.
Oh, you played at a theater?
Yeah, there was there's this theater in Los Angeles called Brain Dead Studios that just plays like not weird. I mean, they just play like films that are not current releases.
Yeah. Awesome.
They play a range of movies. Like what else?
That's great.
Me and Nick Collins went and saw The Crow there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so yeah, it's just I don't know, because I kind of forgot a lot about it, but yeah, it's just like one of those like weird artsy French films that's like kind of slow paced and like also really goofy, but memorable.
Yeah, he's done his stuff is so off the wall, but I really like it just because like the characters in the world that he creates. It's all big swings. I loved Amelie.
Is that the same dude?
I'm almost positive. Let me pull up his name.
I don't even know the director's name.
Yeah, Amelie. Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Hi, we're in film school and we would like to see a French film, please. Oh, yes. You can either start with Amelie or Delicatessen.
Oh, man. His new film looks like a trip.
Big Bug. Oh, it's on Netflix. Too bad I can't watch it because I canceled my subscription.
Oh,
I was one of the many of the wave that left.
Yeah,
I
you
crashed
single-handedly.
Yeah, I did.
Sir, Vinny D'Agostino just dropped Netflix. He what? He's gone.
Yeah, I was part of the revolution, you could say. And now because of me and many others, they're gonna bring an ad version of Netflix to the table.
Yeah, good job. Nobody wanted that.
No,
I don't know. Just lose money and be happy with it.
I don't know what the hell they're thinking doing that.
Do you ever like see how big a company gets and then feel like how much bigger, like, do they really want it to get bigger? Like,
Aaron, it's called fiduciary responsibility.
I know, but okay, you've got a massive platform, subscribers all over the world.
Nah, dude, Aaron. Remember the conversation we had about CEOs? All CEOs are psychopaths.
Yeah.
So there you go. They can't stop. It's a sickness. Speaking of which, hey, Aaron, what are your thoughts? Give me a hot take on Elon Musk buying Twitter. Go.
I have not yet heard somebody else more intelligent talk about it that makes a good point about it that I agree with, that I would then pass off as my own. So until that point, I'm going to say mum's the word.
Can I read his tweet?
Sure.
I don't really care. I'm just going to do it. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square. I should try to do it like Elon Musk. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square. Am I doing good, Elon Musk?
Yeah, better than I actually thought.
Where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated by a magnitude of 10. I added that, said Mr. Musk. I also wanted to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it by magnitude of 10. Yeah, so that's straight from the horse's mouth.
Cool.
I have no...
Cool. 44 billion. No big.
It's a cool 44 bill.
We're reaching comical points of wealth where
I can't even comprehend that amount of money. And that's why you'll never have it. And that's why you'll never be rich.
if you can't think it, then how do you think you're going to get it?
I wake up every morning and I draw a picture of $44 billion. I draw a suitcase. And I imagine inside the suitcase is $44 billion. And then I cut it out. I cut it out, and then I cut where the handle would be. I cut out a little hole where the handle would be, and I hold it between my pinky and my thumb. And I walk around with my suitcase full of $44 billion. Did that make sense? Did I visualize that did you visualize that appropriately?
I was thinking of my own like little Gary V story.
Oh,
so
I
wasn't real. When I go to sleep, a lot of people count sheep. I count dollar signs, and I don't stop at 10, baby. I don't stop at 20. I go all the way up to $44 billion. I also don't know if my Gary impression is faltering.
He sounds a little nerdy.
It's because he is a nerd.
He sounds like a Poindexter.
He likes money, and money is numbers, and numbers are for nerds.
Numbers Checkmate. Are for nerds. That's right.
Well, I think we covered a lot of what we've done in the last couple of weeks, and I mean, riveting is one word for it.
Dude, riveting is definitely a word for it. You know what another word for it is?
What?
Ribbiting. Like a frog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What did the frog say to the... What did the excited frog say to the other frog?
Riveting.
That's ribbiting. Well, because what would be riveting? Like, something would be like...
captivating?
What's the definition of riveting?
Like, it's like, hold your attention. It's like riveting.
Completely engrossing, compelling. How did the frog rate the newest novel? Written by his friend, who's also a frog. And he liked the novel.
I don't think you got
riveting. How did the frog rate the book he liked? How does a frog describe something completely engrossing and compelling? Riveting.
Oh, we've lost it.
All right, we could end it here.
All right. I'm getting over a little cold.
Okay.
In my throat. You know, at night when you're like throat, like you just feel it. It's like, it's tight. It hurts to swallow.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Then I'm tired.
Gotta drink some cum.
What?
Said you gotta drink some cum.
Vinny, we had a good thing going this whole episode. You're going to get us flagged.
We can cut that out. I was really just saying that to see how you'd react. We can cut that out.
Small announcement. Next episode is going to be the season 1 finale of Fonecallz. What does that mean? Probably not much yet, other than Vin and I are just going to chill for a couple weeks and figure out what season 2 holds. So,
yeah, we're taking a little break after this is the 19th episode, and then we'll do the 20th, and then we'll take a couple weeks off.
Little mini hiatus.
Yeah, not long at all. The term seasons, I know we say the term season, and you're thinking television terms where it's going to be like another year. It's not like that at all. It's like maybe 2-3 weeks, and then we'll be back.
Thanks for sticking around.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
It's Phone Calls.